Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night and welcome to our Team Fit Force team call. And tonight we're actually doing a joint call with Lauren Duke and Tanya Landis as well. Team Thrive and Team 360, they're here jumping on with us because we have amazing special guests today. We have Jericho McMatthews and Joel Freeman, and we also have Jenni Rierson. Jenni was part of the test group, and Joel and Jericho are our trainers for the new program that's coming out. And I know that I've been getting a ton of questions about it, and I figured who better to talk about it than the people who created it, and somebody who's been a part of it on her own, who has an amazing transformation. So I figured first, I was only expecting Jericho tonight, but I was going to just turn it over to Jericho and ask her a couple of questions. But I wanted to start off just because I feel like it's really important and cool when you get trainers on a call to just kind of hear a little bit about who they are. We see them on DVDs and we see them in social media, and I have the privilege of being friends with Jericho and knowing a little bit about her. And she's an amazing mom and wife and trainer. And so I just wanted to just have her, Jericho, if you want to tell us a little bit about you, that's my first start.
Awesome. You can hear Bex eating dinner in the background. He's here with me, obviously. But yeah, thank you, Lauren. Thank you so much for having me on the call. And yeah, everything is kind of crazy right now. We're in the middle of moving to Playa del Rey, and but we're currently in a little Airbnb in Venice Beach because our place doesn't have power yet due to permits with the city and this and that. So I think we're going to be here until maybe Monday, but we're kind of just taking it as it comes. But yeah, so a little bit about me and the fitness industry for a little over a decade professionally. And I was with Les Mills before Beachbody. You guys know that we collaborated and we created a home workout program. Les Mills, Joel, and I started working a lot together. But my background is mainly in group fitness. I have a lot of experience working with, instructors, training instructors. I was an international trainer for Les Mills for 10 years. So I traveled around and trained new instructors to become certified to teach the formats that I worked, from body pump to body combat, and dance formats. I love dancing as well. So between that and a background in personal training and a background in, I studied psychology as I was kind of like planning to get into education and teaching and training, and it just sort of happened by accident that I fell into fitness full time, and that just kind of just made me really fall in love with it. So it's been a really cool journey, and I've moved, funny because Joel and I sometimes would bump into each other at different Les Mills events. And then when my husband and I moved back to California in 2010, it was right around the time Beachbody and Les Mills started talking about creating a home workout program. And as a lot of you guys know, we were both selected to be a part of Les Mills. So that was a really fun experience. We filmed everything in New Zealand, and but our cast was from all over the world. And then, Joel and I were, I think we're the only two cast members that lived in California. So naturally, we got booked to do a lot of the Super Saturdays and things like that. So we got to see a lot of you guys more often, and got to be a part of the summits and things like that. Starting, I think, Joel, maybe you could pop in here, but I think maybe we've been at like 4 summits now, or we missed last year, but we were at maybe 3 before that. So we kind of, it's been a cool journey to, I don't know, was it like 2013 maybe was our first one, or 12? But anyways, obviously we found out the news that they were no longer going to be continuing the relationship. They weren't going to be working together anymore. And initially we were really bummed out because we love our Beachbody family. We love working with Beachbody. But I continued on, working with Les Mills and working full time, working a lot with Reebok as well because they had a partnership. So then I got married in September of 2014, and we got pregnant on our wedding night with this little guy. So, I knew things were going to need to change, and literally it felt like the stars aligned. And shortly, I don't know, probably 3-4 months into my pregnancy, I started getting calls and things were happening, and they were hoping to bring myself and Joel on board to become new ambassador trainers and super trainers to Beachbody. So it was pretty awesome. And I think initially I was nervous that once they found out I was pregnant, it will, it would change their mind, but they were really amazing and embraced it, and were very supportive and encouraging. So that was cool. And that's kind of how I got started back, just, being with Beachbody full time. And it's so great because, you reach a certain point in your career, at least where I was before, and was really, needing and wanting to grow more, and looking for more of a challenge. And I really wanted to be creative. So Les Mills was an awesome company. I love them so much, and they were a great stepping stone to get to where I am now. And I just couldn't be more happy and ecstatic about this opportunity and where we are, and now that I'm a new mom, it's a really great, such a cool job for me to have, and I can still be a mom, and that comes first. And it's been a crazy year, and Joel can tell you about that as well. He knows all kinds of things that he didn't know before about moms, like pumping. Right, Joel?
Yeah, I know a lot about pumping, guys. Like, a lot.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. Maybe Joel can jump in and talk about his background too.
Look, the great thing about the fact that Jericho and I have been working together for so long is the story of how we got involved with Beachbody is the exact same, because we were on the same pump team, the Les Mills pump team. But before that, I was my first job in the fitness industry was working the front desk at a gym in West Texas when I was 19, and just really took off on the business side of the fitness industry, and had pretty much been in the health and the gym industry, health and fitness industry, Department of Health, and gyms up until pretty much I left to do this project with at Beachbody with Jericho. So I moved back down to California from Washington, and had done a lot of different things, including group exercise with Les Mills and all my affiliation with that, and then was working for the Gold's Gym Los Angeles, Southern California franchise, and then we got that call or all the calls, and we started doing this. So thanks, Lauren. And yes, I just got married last month. Thank you, Lauren, for reminding me. This reminds me as well, right? So, but it's great. And it's been, what the coolest thing about this whole journey has been, when I got into the fitness industry at 19, I love the positive vibe that I felt when I was working in the gym. That's one of the things that kept me going with it, because, nobody goes into a gym to get worse. And so I loved that positivity, that positive environment. And that's really what has kept me in this world for so long. And then realizing all the problems that are out there, trying to help and get more people healthy and fit and moving. And so, but I always kind of felt like it never was enough. So personal training's a one-on-one, group exercise is, one on 30, 40, however many. And then, with this whole thing and the fact of what Jericho and I have created with Core to Force is now we can reach millions. And so that's really what has drawn me in and gets me more excited, and why I wake up excited every single day. And the fact that this is our job to get millions of people moving. So, so there you go. There's my little brief synopsis.
Awesome. Thanks. And for those of you guys that don't follow Joel, you can go follow him and check him out. His wife is precious. She's so cute. So sweet too. Always so nice whenever we see her around. But okay, so the next thing that I wanted to ask you guys, I think for the most part, we've all kind of been versed in the program and, what it is, the workouts, all of that stuff. But why don't you just give us a quick little basics of it? And then I have some questions to break it down more specifically. Either one of you can go.
Go ahead, Jared.
Okay. Yeah. So Core to Force is, it's inspired by mixed martial arts style training. So if you don't know MMA, it's a combination of boxing, mainly boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. We've got a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in there, but mainly it's boxing and kickboxing. So you're throwing, different punches, elbow strikes, knee strikes, and kicks for the most part. And we've created a pretty cool and unique round structure that was inspired by a real boxing round, which is 3 minutes long. So we work just 3 minutes at a time, and then you get a 30-second break. So our MMA workouts range from 6 rounds, 6 3-minute rounds, all the way up to 12. So we go 6 rounds, 9 rounds, and 12 rounds. We also have some strength workouts using just your body weight. One is just very focused on body weight and more slow and controlled moves. And then we have one called Power Sculpt, and it's really based on plyometric work, explosive power. And we've got a lot of workouts just based on your, that are really focused on your core. And there are 10, right, Joel, 10 workouts in the base kit.
Yep.
No equipment at all, which is really cool. And we also filmed 2 more workouts for Beachbody On Demand. When you unlock the program BOD, they will become available on December 1st, but there are 2 more MMA workouts. So in total, you'll have 6 MMA workouts to start kind of pulling those in to change things up after the first 30 days. And we had a really good time putting those together. So for those of you guys that were at Leadership, we did MMA Speed 2.0. Lauren, you got to do it. Both Laurens, I don't know where Lauren Duke is on the call. I don't see your face yet, but yeah, they got to do it. And it's a little bit more challenging, but the duration is the same as MMA Speed. And I can't hear anything now.
I think Lauren's muted.
Oh, I'm still muted. Sorry. So you kind of answered my question. I was going to ask you about the different like variations in workouts, because I think when one of the things I keep hearing is, you know, and I have the program, so I've gotten to do it. And I will tell y'all, dynamic strength, it's slow, but it kicks your booty. Like I'm sore in places that I didn't realize that I could be sore anymore. But it was really awesome. It was a great workout. So just like the variations with the different lengths of certain programs. And also I think I hear a lot of people, you know, when we first talk about the program and we say that it's MMA style and kickboxing and all of that, some people compare it to combat, and they also will think that it's pretty much all cardio, you know. So I know that it's not, but that was one of the questions that we had, was just the difference in the variations, style, variety, time length, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right.
so...
Oh. Just quickly, Joel, I just want to also, a lot of people think that all the workouts are 30 minutes. They're not all 30 minutes, around 30 minutes. Obviously, you can do the math on it. They're 3-minute rounds of work. So our 6-round workout is right around 26 minutes, but you work up to 12, and sometimes you have days where you stack. So they're anywhere between usually 26-ish minutes to like 40, 47, 48. Isn't that right, Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I would add to that is, you know, everything that Jericho said, obviously, and then you know, the thing to remember about Core de Force, or if you don't know this already, is when we've been posting about this, and we say it, the program talks about it on all the social media channels, is Core de Force is a total body transformation program. It's not a cardio program in terms of just weight loss only. This is total body transformation. So Lauren, you just used dynamic strength as an example, and that's exactly what this is. And you know, you guys have seen the sneak peeks. And you've seen one MMA speed workout. So yeah, that's only one of 9 total workouts that you get in the base kit. So when you are explaining this to your customers, it isn't just punching and kicking, and you know, it is MMA style fitness training. And this is, we went in, and when we were building this program, we did our research, and we took our love for the world of mixed martial arts training, and for what it can do for you from a fitness perspective. So, you know, MMA fighters, they don't just punch and kick and get those amazing bodies that you see on TV. There's so much more to it in terms of strength training and conditioning and plyometric movements. And that is what Core de Force is. It is a full total body transformation program. So again, the sneak peek, it is just a sneak peek. It's not meant to give you a full insight into the program. It's meant to give you a peek. So, you know, when you're explaining to people, and you know, we asked, you know, we knew coming into this, we were going to get people asking us what's the difference between this and Les Mills Combat and Turbo and Taibo and other programs out there. And I think, aside from everything Jericho just said in terms of round structure, the way we designed this, the fact that it's not choreographed to the music, so it's not on the beat, so that means everybody can work at their own pace, but really coming down to the fact that this is meant to be a full body, total body fitness transformation program. And Beck showed up, so nobody heard what I just said the last 2 minutes. I saw everybody just stop listening to what I said because they saw Beck. So that was funny. I saw the switch happen.
I was listening, and I put in the comments, I hope that you guys are taking notes on what they're saying, because they're giving you some great information, some talking points about the program, things that you don't necessarily hear. And they're also telling you, you know, giving you great pointers on how to handle objections when you're hearing people talk about some of these things. So take notes on what they're saying, for sure. Okay, so one of the questions or things that I get asked, that I've been asked, and I pulled my team, like, what do you guys need to know? Like, what are you hearing? And Jericho, this one's for you. I know you got Vix with you, but so since you did combat, for you personally, what do you feel is like the biggest difference, in your opinion, between this one and in combat?
Oh gosh, the biggest difference between this and combat? Yeah. Well, I think Joel just made a really good point of difference, and that is that we do so much more than just kicking and punching. So, combat is pre-choreographed to music, and every beat is accounted for. So it's, a 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything is it's very choreographed to the beat. And when we met with Carl originally, and we're kind of putting the vision together for this, for a few different reasons, he called it being dancey. He's like, I felt combat was too dancey, and a lot of people felt uncoordinated doing it. And what's cool about, and this is a big differentiating factor, obviously, the fact that it's not choreographed to music, is that we can cater to more people, in that you can slow it down as much as you absolutely need to modify it, and to feel coordinated and to feel successful. You don't have to do it on the beat, any kind of beat. We're not moving to a beat. You can see us moving in cadence. We're in a similar cadence, just so it doesn't look really sloppy when you're doing the workouts. But also, as you get fitter, you can start to increase your speed and your explosive power, so you get more out of it. And in a program like combat, you're encouraged to aspire towards just what the person in front of you is doing. And we give you a lot more variety there. So that's one thing. And, again, just the musicality factor. We also incorporate more authenticity when it comes to certain moves in the mixed martial arts world. That's one reason why we have you guys working from your dominant stance for the majority of the workouts, so that you can work harder and, burn more calories and get more out of it. We do change your stance from time to time, but there are quite a few little differentiating factors. So I would say probably the fact that it's not choreographed to music would be the number one differentiator. And that you do a lot more than just kicking and punching. We bring in so many different exercises that you haven't seen in any other programs, but that we see fighters doing in our boxing gym and kickboxing gyms all the time. And they're really fun, and they're different, and they're very effective.
And Jericho, you said it best a while back when, because we get this question a lot, obviously, it's, people asking us the comparison on this one. It's definitely, like people saying, well, what's the difference between Country Heat and Size? They're both dance programs, but yeah, that's it, right? That's where the similarity disappears. So we know that everyone
combat as sizes to Country Heat. They're very, very different. Yeah.
Yeah. And we know we knew this was coming. We knew we were going to get a lot of questions about this because of the affiliation that Jericho had for years with Les Mills, and us teaching combat at summits and things like that. But, for everyone, is kind of like, again, this is not trying to replace something that it was already out there. This is something completely new and different. And yes, a jab is a jab. A cross is a cross. A cross is a squat is a squat. But to compare it to anything else is actually only going to make your job harder when trying to talk to people about this, and trying to compare it to something else, because it's not like anything that's ever been out there before, we promise.
Awesome.
Yeah, and just so you guys know too, if we wanted to create a copy of combat, it would have been so easy. We worked with
it wouldn't have taken us 18 months, that's for sure.
we could have choreographed a workout that was just like combat. I mean, but that was not our goal. It's a great program. I'm not going to knock it. I represented that program for, I started teaching it right out of like high school into college, and it's a great program. But we wanted to create something that was a little bit different and had different elements in it, elements of things that we love and that represent, some newer trends in the industry, and some new techniques and experience, and feel how different it is if you did do the other program. So just, approach it with an open mind. And like, Joel, you were saying, it's like people are automatically going to compare it to whatever they know. But I encourage you to just jump in and do it and see how you feel, because I think you're going to love it.
I also, my husband's not home tonight, so I also have, Audrey just came running out. But so one of the things that I noticed in doing the sneak peeks, and also with you guys, is in live, is that for me personally, the very first time I ever did it, I was like, oh goodness, it wasn't as hard. And then doing it live with you guys, and also watching the sneak peek, the one where it teaches you the form and the breakdown, I realized how important the form and the intensity in which you are actually, like, you got to really not just like throw your arm out and try and get the motion. Like, you actually have to pretend like you're trying to punch somebody or punch through the wall, because the harder you go, the more you get out of the workout. At least that's what I've noticed. And it's definitely, I was so much more sweaty and just felt so amazing and more sore, which means I did it right. So I just wanted to kind of have you guys kind of touch on that, and especially since we're all coaches and we're going to be working with people on this and helping it come across to our teams and to our customers, to really like the importance of watching that breakdown and doing the form, and listening to you guys and everything that you say as you're going through and following the directions and stuff. So I know you guys are passionate about that part, and I really wanted to hear what you guys had to say about that.
You want to start, Jer?
Yeah, I think I only heard half of that. I heard the back half. So I'm going to let you go ahead and take it, and then I can jump in.
Okay.
And add
So basically we're talking about the importance of doing the learn it and work it and following the proper technique. Yeah. So, look, it's actually going to be easier for you guys to talk to somebody that has never done any sort of mixed martial art type program before. We'll take newbies all day long because they don't have any other habits or bad habits, we might say, and from doing another program. So actually, you guys as coaches, because you've done other programs, wherever it may be, combat, turbo, or if people are like, hey, I used to do Taibo, this program is going to be just like that. To which we say, nuh-uh. And it really comes down to like what we keep telling everybody is like, look, trust the process and think of yourself as a brand new person, as a newbie, and just do exactly what we suggest, which is you got to watch the learn it and work it. And as Lauren, you just said, you watched it and you're like, oh, this makes more sense. And Jericho and I, we both had a couple WTF moments at leadership because we heard so many people telling us that they skipped the learn it and work it. And we were like, why? And they're like, well, I've done this. I was like, no, you haven't done this before. Like, so it really kind of freaked us out for a second. And we remember we were talking about it one night at dinner. We were like, oh man, but you guys have to talk to your people about this. You have to do it. If you want the full effect of core to force, trust the process, trust us. We spent 18 months on this thing for a reason. And we wanted to make sure that it was great in every way and most effective as possible. And the way it's going to be most effective is if you do it from start to finish the exact same, the way it's designed. We didn't put anything in there for you. We didn't put any guesswork in there for you, I guess is the best way of saying that. The learn it and work it's are critical for this. One, to get your form, get your technique for safety, for effectiveness. And then you can always go back, and you'll hear us say that in the DVDs all the time. In the workouts, like, hey guys, if you're having trouble with this, go back and watch the learn it and work it. Cause we probably teach you 40 things in that each one. And you probably will catch, maybe 10 the first time. And then you'll do it for a while. And then you go back and watch again, and maybe you'll catch 5 more. Like, there's always something to learn. And that's one of the greatest things about doing in the world of MMA style training is because, and this happens for Jericho and I too, we've been doing this. We still do this. We did it today. You don't graduate. You never finish. You always get better. You always learn something new. You always learn a different way and to get more out of it. So watch the learn it and work. It's a lot. Please, God, don't skip them.
Yeah, you get out what you put in. And so and like Joel said, we were looking at the crowd at leadership, and there were a couple of aha moments. One of them was the level of cardio fitness that was lacking from a lot of people, but also, yeah, it's you get better and better each time. So I know we've got, looks like 55 people on the call. I would love to know, and you guys could just chat in the box and respond. I want to know who did both sneak peeks. And if you did it the second time, how did it feel? Do you feel like you were able to rotate more and you got the moves better? Yeah, because I've been seeing a lot of really cool posts on social media about people going, oh my gosh, I felt so much better the second time around. Yeah. My technique was better. I sweat more. I burn more calories. They have their heart rate monitors on. So yeah, second time was way better. It looks like everyone here is saying that, they did it. They did it a second time. They're feeling better, less sore the second time around. Yeah. So know that every time you do these workouts, the MMA workouts at least, like MMA speed is just inspired by boxing. That's no kicks at all. We threw a knee in there and a switch knee. But then you graduate from MMA speed, and the next week of the program, you're doing MMA shred, and that's bringing elbow strikes, a lot of Muay Thai strikes into the program. So you have to remember what you learned with MMA speed, because we keep incorporating those moves into combinations, but then we add new, explosive, really cool strikes. And so you have to just keep working on it. That's why actually you can get great results in this program in 30 days, but if you do another 30 days and another 30 days, it's insane. You should see these people in our test group, you guys. And I mean, you see a lot of their videos, and we have someone in the group, Lauren mentioned. It's incredible to see their videos from the first day, showing their videos of their combinations. And they're looking, a lot of them, like a little uncoordinated. And then, fast forward, drowsy. It's so cool to see that.
Lauren's muted again.
Sorry. So the other thing that people were asking about was the nutrition guide, because what we learned at leadership was that there are some slight differences in the nutrition guide from program to program. So with this one, it does follow the portion container system, but there are a couple of new things and a couple of different things. So can you guys talk about that a little bit?
Jericho's pointing at me, so I'm starting, I guess. Yeah, so look, you can't take another eating plan from a different program and throw it into this. You will be very miserable if you do that. And the reason for that is core to force, again, we were involved in every single component of the design of this program, and this is a higher intensity program. So being a higher intensity program, you're going to make your body work more, and that means you have to fuel your body more. So you're going to eat in this plan, and it's called an eating plan. Like the cover of the book says eating plan. It doesn't say diet, doesn't say anything. It just says eating plan, because you have to eat. Yeah, someone's showing it right now. Tanya's holding it up, and it's good food. Jericho and I love food, and I love pizza and burgers, maybe a little bit more. So that's why it's in there, is the recipes. And we really worked with the nutritionist, Denise and Ani at Beachbody. They're friggin' brilliant, and worked with them to really come up with an easy to follow system that, yes, it does follow the portion control system. So that will teach people who have never been involved in this before what portions are, what healthy portions are, and then what kind of food are clean calories yet are still good food, right? The food that they want to eat, the food that will keep them on this level and on this program. So as at the end of the 30 days, then they're happy that the whole time they're doing it, so they don't want to quit, because they're not hating their life on just kale, because I would hate my life if that's all I ate. So we give them real food, and then at the end of the 30 days, and when they're done with the program, hopefully it's sustainable now. Hopefully they found this new path to go on, and they start to find balance in their life. So we were really adamant about making this good food, good clean calories. It is a higher intensity as you progress on the calendar. So we even add food to your weekly allotment. So there you get an extra yellow. Yay for carbs. That's the only one I can remember is carbs. But it's good stuff, right, Jer? We had fun with this one.
Yeah. You get to add in week 2 and 3, which is really cool. I believe it's a yellow and a purple or blue.
I think so, something like that.
We'll have to double check on it. But yeah, it's really awesome.
Hang on, I got it in front of me. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's and look, so I know there's some people have been asking in terms of the base kit if containers come with the base kit. The answer is no. The base kit is simply 3 DVD.
They come in the challenge pack.
They come in the challenge pack and they come in the deluxe kit. A couple reasons for that. One, it keeps the price point lower, which is great for the base kit for you guys. And then also in terms of tools, again, we like think about this in terms of newbies, as opposed to a new person throwing a bunch of stuff at them and telling them, okay, now you have to start working out. Now you have to start putting all your food in containers. Now you have to start doing this. That's a lot. So as opposed to maybe just saying, hey, push play, start working out a little bit, almost everybody's probably has a measuring cup, I would assume, in their kitchen so they can start seeing what portions look like with the things that they already have. So we want to make this very, very simple as possible.
Jenny says purple and blue.
Yeah, purple and blue.
Yeah.
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 I don't know the colors. I only care about carbs.
Joel.
Awesome.
One day, Joel, he filled all the containers with Cheerios and took a photo and texted Autumn and is like, am I doing it right?
I was just told you fill the containers up. No one else told me besides that. So she said I was doing it wrong, by the way. So don't do that.
Funny.
Playing a joke on Autumn.
Yeah. I thought she was going to flip out on that one. That was funny.
All right. The other question was, and Joel, you can answer because I don't know, I don't see any of our guys, but we definitely have them, and I'm sure they will listen to the call as well. But Jericho, for you, one of the questions that I think everybody hears and things that we hear from our challengers and from our customers too is just, how do you personally, as a busy mom, somebody who works and is constantly on the go, because I know how crazy busy you guys are, especially with this launch. And Joel, same question for you, but we'll start with Jericho, is just, how do you find time to make it work for you? Like, how do you find time to get your workout in and make the good decisions with food? And I know it's part of your lifestyle, but what is your, how do you make it work?
Yeah, you know what, honestly, I take it a day at a time, because this last year in my life, a little over a year now, Bex is 15 months old now. And as Joel mentioned, we started this program when I was still very pregnant, and we went through a move. We moved to LA. We were in Mid-City for a little bit. Now we're moving again. Our house in Playa is stacked to the ceiling with boxes, and we're staying in this temporary place in Airbnb, living out of suitcases. We're getting ready for our Super Saturday tour. We're hitting 8 cities. So look, the bottom line is we're just like you guys. We experience the same stuff that you guys do. I am a busy mom. I'm, running around like crazy all the time, and our schedule is never the same day to day. So for one thing, I do my very best to keep it balanced. My family comes first. So that's really important to me. And everything else just kind of follows. If I don't, for some reason, get a workout in because the day was too crazy or hectic or something came up, my baby got sick or whatever happens, I don't beat myself up. And, you just, I think it's all about balance and just trying to find your balance. We're human. We're not perfect. And there's always room to grow. So that's something that I constantly strive for every day, is just being better at everything that I do. And, if I have a not so great day, I try not to dwell on it. I try to just keep rolling with it, roll with the punches. Yeah, there you go. And for me, look, I'm the exact same way. This is why Jericho and I have been friends forever, and our families are friends. Like, her husband's my best man, who I have the true romance with, and Jericho, really knows that. But I'm like the third wheel when the three of us hang out together. But now, thankfully, he's married, so I'm not overwhelmed with testosterone.
Now Jericho has a friend.
Bad jokes about Family Guy and their favorite movie.
So Jericho and I are very, very similar in a lot of ways. Our families are, and it's the exact same thing. It's just balance, and this is what I've been saying for years in the gym world, of people, where you always hear, oh, they felt, and actually Jenny's on this call, and she was on last night, and she heard me say the same thing about, instead of, they're like, oh, I fell off the wagon, or I'm trying to get back on the wagon. There really shouldn't be a wagon. It should just be a path. And you have to find your path that works for you and your balance. And Jericho's right. Our schedule, we haven't had a routine since before Bex was born, in terms of waking up and going and doing this every single day. There's been no such thing as a routine, like the meetings and changes and test groups and prod dev and whatever it is. So we've had to do it one day at a time. I am not a meal prep planner. I do not plan and cook all my food the week before. I hate doing that. It is not, I get no therapy out of meal prepping, and I absolutely hate it because I don't know what I'm going to feel like that day. But, we're very lucky too to live in a place in LA where there's a lot of options. We have a lot more options than most people do. Like, so we use MyFit Foods, which is a meal prep service. You can swing by the store and pick up healthy options. But if it's not there, again, it's the same thing. If I don't get a workout in, then I'm gonna adjust that day. Like, I won't eat a cheeseburger if I'm not working out that day, right? So it's like making those choices and really understanding what is going to be the balance in your life and what is the balance in our life. And so it's not going to be the same for everybody. But as Jericho said, not beating yourself up about it, but also not letting yourself go. If you don't work out one day, then say, oh, well, what's the point? And now you start to go down a different path. It's like, all right, look, sometimes you have shit days, then just take the next day and wake up and just do it again. So day to day is really the best way to say it, as Jericho said.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. It's always good to hear it from the perspective of trainers too, because I feel like, they look at you guys on the DVDs and they just think, oh, they're so perfect and they work out every day. And that's why they look like that. And, they never eat donuts and they never do, which is so not true, you guys.
Right. Hey, I love donuts. But look, it's very, and look, and if you're prepping for something, if you have a specific goal, if you're trying to do something, which when we had to do the cover art for our program, like, I knew that I was going to have my shirt off. So at the 3 months leading up to that was actually the exact eating plan that Core de Force is. And the only workouts that I did, because we were in test group, were the Core de Force test group workouts. So actually it worked out in the best way. But like, if I'm prepping for something, of course I'm not going to cheat and drink wine or do this because I'm going for something specific. So that's specific goals. But yeah, we, even when we were filming, I know, because Jericho and I, we were filming off site. So like before we went back to the hotel room, Jericho, remember we went and had sushi and a wine and like decompressed for the day. Like that's real. That's real life for sure.
Yeah. It couldn't be more human. And I think one day I could tell the whole story, but the stuff that goes on, guys, like leading up to filming and, especially for me, Joel's talking about leaning out, my reality was so very different for this project, being a new mom, breastfeeding, being on set, pumping every 3 hours. Like I just like, I have these images of, like any of the moms that pump and it's like, I've got my like Medela bottles full of milk in my mini fridge in my dressing room. And I'm looking out my window and I'm seeing them, set up the set for the next, workout, and just everything behind the scenes. Like this, for me, this project, it was so different than anything I've done in the past, because in the past for me, it was just, it was just me and getting myself photo shoot ready and, leaning out and looking a certain way for, for a photo shoot or any kind of workout on a video was different. And being a new mom was such a big game changer for me. And it was, I wasn't just focused on getting super lean and ripped for these DVDs. So that was something that I had going on because I wanted to continue to make, have nutrition for my baby and continue to be able to breastfeed. I kept my calories up, but I also was able to perform in a very, that you guys are going to experience in Core de Force. So that was me. And it was like, call it a little sacrifice that I made, but that was very important to me. So that's just an example of, how I was more human. And it's something that I put something on the back burner so that I could continue to be, a mom and put that first. And people ask me all the time, can I do this program as a new mom? And you absolutely can. And we were shooting 2 workouts a day sometimes. Again, you don't have to tackle it and go as crazy and hard as you think you do. It's listening to your body. And we didn't talk a lot about that, but like modifiers, for example, but we have an amazing modifier in this program that offers amazing options for all the moves and the workouts. And you have the split screen option on BOD. But yeah, it's for everyone. Anyone can do this. And we are very human, and we love to, like Joel said, we'd have our sushi at the end of the day, sometimes a glass of wine, and we had a great time doing it. We had a great time putting this program together.
Awesome. Well, I thank you guys so much. I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to share. I did see 2 questions pop up, and then you guys are more than welcome to jump off because I know you have family and Bex or Joel, you can stay. Jenni's going to share her story about being part of the test group and just her journey with that. But two questions that popped up were the performance line with incorporated into the nutrition guide and the eating plan. Did you guys do that, or do you encourage that? And if so, like, how do you, I mean, I think I already know the answer to this, but somebody asked it. So that was question number one. And then the second one was, what kind of shoes do you guys wear with all the punching and kicking and turning for like ankle support and good foot support?
You want me to do
Great
performance?
question.
You want to do shoes, Jared? I'll do performance.
Yeah. And my hubby and mother-in-law took Bex out on a walk so that he wouldn't be crazy and screaming on the call. So I'm good for now. He's totally taken care of. I would like to jump in really quick though about the performance line, because actually in the test group, we have the coach test group going on right now. And I got a few questions because we have quite a few moms, and we have, I think, like 5 breastfeeding moms in our test group, which I think is so cool. And I'm still breastfeeding. So I just want to make very clear to everyone that I spoke to my doctor and I do drink Shakeology. I take the proteins from the performance line, but I do not do Energize. So if you are breastfeeding, that is not something that's recommended. And that's something that I haven't experienced yet. So Joel and I joke about it, like we're going to have to go Facebook Live or something when I experience Energize for the first time and start bouncing off the walls. So, so there's that one. And then I'll let you take over from there, because I think that from what I see, like, man, yesterday you in the workout, I was like, are you going to come down from the ceiling so we can do these suicide sprints together?
I took a hefty thing of Energize yesterday morning, and for our first, it was like yesterday was Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. boxing class. Basically roll out of bed and get there, and I hadn't taken it in a long time, so I was jacked, and that was on top of a couple of cups of coffee too. So I think I actually did 2 scoops and 2 cups of coffee. So I was ready to roll. But my workout yesterday was solid. So in terms of performance line,
show you guys something. I saw this today. Can you see my screen? Have you ever taken too much pre-workout?
Yeah, that was me yesterday, for sure. So in terms of the performance line for Core de Force, obviously Energize as a pre-workout is completely suggested. And then in terms of anything else, it's actually the other 2 are Recover and Recharge. Those are the 3 that are suggested for Core de Force. Hydrate is designed for longer duration exercise, anytime, usually longer than 45 minutes to an hour, which in the workout calendar, there's only gonna be a couple instances where you'll be going that long. So it's not necessary in that, but Recover and Recharge, those 2 things should probably become your best friends during especially the first couple weeks that you do the program. But they're also considered freebies in calories, so don't worry about that. They don't count against your eating plan. And then Shakeology is also, it's not a freebie, but on the eating plan, as you'll see in the eating plan, there are 4 different plans that 4 different brackets you'll be in, and each bracket has a 200 calorie sliding scale. So Shakeology just fits right into it, so you don't have to feel like you give up anything for eating Shakeology or having your Shakeology or your performance line. So there you go. So shoes.
Cool, shoes. And we got this question on our last call, and I had like a couple of my shoes handy. So let me see.
He likes to bring visuals.
I have 2 options to show you guys. No, there are a lot of great shoes. So let me just preface all of this by saying, first of all, everyone's foot is different. Some people have flat feet. Some people have really high arches. Some people need more ankle stability. This program, we're moving in every plane. So it's really important that you pick a shoe, if you don't already have one, that's supportive, lightweight, and flexible. And I would definitely recommend the sole of the shoe needs to be somewhat smooth, okay? Because if you've got like a running shoe that's got a lot of tread on the bottom, like a trail running shoe or anything that's very grippy, and you're trying to pivot, you could really jack up your knees. So I'd recommend something that's fairly smooth. This one's called a Reebok Z Print. It's really lightweight, it's flexible, supportive, smooth sole. This is a Hyasu, smooth sole. And it's meant for cross training and dance because there's so much pivoting and stomping and all those things. If you're a Nike person, Nike Free would probably be a really great option because those have a smooth sole as well. So what you want to stay away from is a shoe that has a clunky bottom. Something like a Nike Shock would not be good. Something that has an air bubble at the bottom that's very stiff. So you don't want to roll your ankle, and you definitely don't want too much tread on the bottom. We want you guys to maximize your results in this program, obviously. So pay special attention and learn it and work it when we talk about rotation. When we set you up in your stance, whatever your comfortable stance is, whether it's your right leg or your left foot forward, you need to understand how to pivot on the balls of your feet. So when you're throwing punches, your body weight should be shifted forward in the front of your foot, meaning in the ball of your foot. And that means your heels should be somewhat light, and you can lift your heels and turn, pivot on the ball of the foot like you're squashing a bug underneath your shoe, for, I guess, a different way to think about it. That's going to allow you to get your full body rotating and work your whole body, starting from your core. Someone's asking about CrossFit Reeboks. So the CrossFit shoe that Reebok makes, the one that I'm thinking about at least, it's pretty low. It's quite stiff, especially the toe box, because CrossFit shoes are meant for powerlifting for the most part. So I actually would probably stay away from a CrossFit shoe. Nike Freeze. I used to teach in all the time. They're a really great shoe. But yeah, again, this totally depends on your foot. But just please don't take for granted that whatever shoe you use for running is going to work great for this program. And one other thing, if you guys are working out on carpet, depending on the kind of carpet as well, you might get stuck. So the last thing we want is, your foot to get stuck when you're trying to turn your body and you end up torquing your knee. So just something to keep in mind when you're going after this program. Sauconys, I think those are running shoes. But again, it depends. Pick a shoe that's great for lateral motion, not just running or moving forward. Joel, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, everybody's asking about barefoot, and we have gotten a couple questions about that. And look, there's a couple people actually do in the test group that are going barefoot, and it also comes down to the surface that you're working out on, and your body type, your foot type. That comes very specific. And I see a couple people saying, don't do barefoot, kills your back and knees, and you learned your lesson, other things. Look, you guys, again, this is new. This is a different program. We do not have, yes, it's a higher intensity program, but the great thing about MMA style fitness training is it's not a relatively high impact program. So yes, our feet will leave the ground in some instances, and we have options for any impact, but you are not doing tuck jumps. You are not doing massive impact exercises where you need extra support. So this really, you can do this in terms of how you're comfortable and how you're going to get the most effective and safe workout by pivoting on the balls of your feet and working out. So Amanda said it best, listen to your body. As long as you're able to move, rotate, pivot effectively, not putting pressure in your joints, then great. But you can do it whatever feels comfortable. Just don't do it in socks. Somebody actually suggested on another call that they put socks over the ball, the soles of their shoes so they could pivot. I'm like, that's for moonwalk purposes only. Like, don't ever put socks on your shoes. Or
actually, you don't want to slip and fall either, because that, especially if you're on carpet, that could lead to a very slippery situation.
Yeah, totally. No pun intended, right?
Oh. Awesome, guys. This is perfect. I think we got all the questions answered. And I did see somebody ask a question about, I guess, I don't know if they were talking about themselves or someone else, but they said that they tend to, for people that tend to carry weight, more in other places and have a hard time getting a six pack, is this going to be something that is going to help them with that? Quarter force meaning. I'm not really sure exactly the question that they had, but they just said, if I carry weight elsewhere, can I get a six pack? So
yeah, I saw the question a little while ago. Look, there's, I don't want to say a misnomer, but look, you guys, when it comes to all 6 of your abs showing, that means that your diet is perfect. and you have been on a perfect diet in terms of clean calories for a while.
And honestly, Joel, too, genetics play a huge part of that.
And look, we're not trying to say it's not attainable, it's not possible. It is possible, but I mean, like when the most shredded I've ever been was obviously for our cover shots, and I was probably about 8% body fat. That is not necessarily something that you want to live with every single day. So I actually hover between around 10. Yeah, I was an asshole that day. I was really hungry. But it really comes down to about, 10 to 12 for a guy is great. Like, that's healthy. Like, my abs are still showing. Now am I absolutely shredded out? No, but 8% is different. So if people are, so core to force is going to give you abs. It's going to give you a strong core. You're going to see some amazing results off of it. But yeah, Connie says have a Snickers. That's funny. But, you will see fat lose. You'll lose fat around your midsection. It's guaranteed. That's what's going to happen because of the type of move. And that's the science of this program. The interval training in the round structure takes you through your different fat burning levels, burning fats from your protein, your carbs. You're burning the fat in all the ways that your body needs to. That's why Jenni and everybody else is getting amazing results off of this program.
Right.
And we just want to try to get people off of this whole, like, I just want my abs to show. It's all the way around. Okay.
Yeah, all that said too, Joel, just quickly,
go ahead.
We have had some pretty awesome results in the test groups, and people that have never, so here's exciting news. Yeah, people that have never had a six-pack in their life are getting six-packs in this program. So, the reason I brought up the genetics is because it's true. We have different, body types, and certain people do carry more weight in their middle, and it's the last place to go. So, just understanding that it's not a magic pill. You have to do the work, obviously, but, it is focused on the core and your entire body. It's total body transformation, and it is a shredding program. It's a leaning program.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Lauren, you just made a comment.
No, I just had this conversation today with somebody, and she was like, well, I just restarted like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't lost the weight I wanted to yet, but her goal is like really massive. And I was like, dude, like, that's saying you dieted and you ate right. Like, get rid of the scale, please. Get it out of your house.
Like, I was just going to say it. I was just going to say that, Lauren. Burn your freaking scale, guys. Burn them, throw them away, get rid of them. Look, obviously we talk about, weight loss in their test groups, but, we have seen amazing transformations where Sonia from our first test group, 30 days, and go on to Core to Force, go on her pages. We're posting this stuff. She lost, what was it? 4.5 pounds?
4.5 pounds. But you guys look at her pictures. We were so blown away.
Hold up. So we're talking about it, but
she was a petite girl, but she carried a lot more weight in her midsection, and she had no definition. She had no muscle tone, and she lost, I think it was just 9 inches, but it looks like, there she is. That was 30 days. That was 30 days and 4.5 pounds. Look at that. That's 4.5 pounds. That's crazy. It's, but she also gained a little bit of muscle doing it, and she leaned out.
Yeah. So and we have people in the test group right now, the coaching test group, that, someone was frustrated the first 30 days, and she was like, I only lost 5 pounds, but she went from a size 10 to a size 4. Like, come on, what do you guys want? What do you want out of this? Like, do you really going to get frustrated about it? It comes down to, and it's one of my favorite sayings is how you look when you have your clothes on, and what do you look like when you take them off? Like, those are the 2 gauges that you should be going off of, not what the damn scale says. Scale lies. It's like a crazy X. They change their mind every day.
Right. And how do you feel? Like, you guys, that's the biggest thing, is how do you feel? Do you feel amazing? Do you feel better? Do you feel more comfortable in the clothes that you're wearing? Like, that's the stuff that you should be worrying about. That's the stuff you should be judging your progress on. So, my rule for my test groups is that you take your measurements at the very beginning, and you don't do it again until the very end. Like, that's it. You just, of each round, and it's usually 1 round and then another round and then another round. And you can just, and even if you don't take your measurements and your weight, like, I turn around backwards when I get weighed, because I don't like to know how much I weigh, because it can make me nutty. But, I just base it off of, do my clothes fit better? How do my pictures look? Like, do I look better to me in the pictures? And that's what counts. But we also have Jenni here tonight, who was a part of this test group, and she also has incredible results. And I think just her overall, her physical transformation is amazing, but I think her just total transformation is something, and that's what they're saying, total body transformation, but hers was also mental as well, and it has completely changed her life. So we're going to let her chat a little bit. Joel and Jericho, thank you guys so much, so much. And Joel, thank you for surprising us and coming on. I really appreciate you both jumping on and chatting with us about this program. If you guys have other questions, if they are hanging out, you can type them in the message box, and when Jenni's done, if they leave, Jenni can possibly field some of those questions for you too, since she had the privilege of working with the two of these guys for quite a while. But thank you. I really appreciate it to both of you. Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to add really quickly, and I know Jenni's going to talk about it as well, just the mental and emotional side of it as well, but not everyone has a goal of losing weight or getting in shape. Something that we've really experienced with this program, and this is probably my favorite thing about the program, is the confidence, the empowerment, how healthy and happy people feel doing it. If you guys know people that might be going through something hard in their lives, it not necessarily needing to get in shape or lose weight, this could be a really cool program to help them just break some walls down and become happier from the inside out. And that's something that we've been seeing a lot, and it's really, really cool the way it happens. So yeah, just a little bit of food for thought.
Awesome. Well,
and I can only say what she said. Yeah, I think we can leave it to Jenni, because she's been in this and she's been killing it. And I heard her speak last night on another call, and I have all the confidence in the world that she is going to do us proud.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you both so much. Jenni, are you here? Are you still hanging out with us?
I am still here.
Totally later than we had planned, but that's cool.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure everybody would much rather hear from Joel and Jericho. I'd rather hear from Joel and Jericho than myself. So, thank you guys. Thanks, Joel and Jericho, so much. I will. I'm actually speaking at the Austin Super Saturday, and then I'll be going to the Dallas Super Sunday just to see you guys, because how great is it going to be that I get to meet you guys officially before the launch? I can't promise I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to try and hold it in. But you guys have changed my life. I can see I'm going to cry right now. I wasn't planning on crying, but you guys are both here. This program has changed my life completely. I've been a coach for about 2.5 years. My first year in this business, it was all about me, and I was doing all the right things, right? I was working on myself, sharing my progress, and taking my pictures, sharing my journey, inviting people to join me. And I went 2-star in my first year in this business. And then my second year in the business, it was all about the business. It wasn't about me anymore. I was doing enough workouts to post on social media so that I looked like I was still coaching. Or that I was still working on myself. Everything was about the business. I saw the shiny objects. I wanted to be a premier coach, maybe even elite coach last year. And my personal journey went to the wayside. And it was at Summit this last year, a few months ago, that I was going there, and I was a heavier weight. And I don't say this part to sound cool or whatever, but on my team, I am one of the top leaders on our Misfit Republic team. And with that comes with people who look up to you. They watch your trainings. They want to take pictures. They want to meet you. And I just got all this anxiety, and I was so nervous, and I looked like crap in our team shirt. And I was just embarrassed to go. And I went there, and I made jokes, and I put on my smiling face, and I met people, and I, did all this stuff. And it was heartbreaking for me to be there, and I couldn't believe where I let myself go. I was almost the same place that I was at the beginning of my journey, which I never struggled with my weight my entire life until I had my kids in my 30s. I had my two youngest at 30 and 32, and all of a sudden my body was completely foreign to me. I didn't know how to dress it. I didn't, I had friends who were the same size as me, but body type was different, and they looked cute in their clothes and I didn't, and couldn't understand that. So I let myself get there again, and I was so disappointed in myself, and I was feeling like a fraud, and I was feeling like a failure. And so I told myself at Summit that I was going to recommit, and that it was going to be about me, and that the business would come, and I would be, here I am a year and a half after I hit 2-star, and I'm still at 2-star, and the business will come when I take care of myself. And that's something I want you guys further than Quarter Force to understand that this business is going to follow your success in this business. And Quarter Force is what brought me out of that. And I will be its biggest advocate until the day that I die. And somebody asked me just today, one of the girls on my team asked me earlier, she goes, I have some girls who want to like keep doing this program, but are you, now that you're 60 days in and you're about to go into 90 days, are you like over it? And I was like, oh no. And I'm like voice numbing her like 17 messages. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm like, no, we're all the test group. We're extending this. We're like, please leave it open for us. And we need to keep doing this. And this, I've never got results like this. And, we're like, I was like, absolutely not. This is something that you will not tire of. You're going to get results and you're going to crave more results because of that. It's going to sculpt your body in a way that you've probably never, ever seen. And I used this example the other night on our team call as well. But I'll never talk crap on any of our programs. I love all of our programs. But maybe you guys you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to present the visual. In 21 Day Fix, Autumn has the move where you have your weights on the side of you and you're doing those little dips, right? And she says, oh, trust me, this is going to reshape your body. And I remember thinking when I was doing that, I'm like, this is one move for, I think it was 1 minute or 30 seconds. I don't know. I'm like, how is this going to reshape my body? Well, Quarter Force, every single move is trying to do that to you. It's trying to reshape your body. And I know this program wasn't made for moms or women specifically, but I cannot tell you guys what it's doing to reshape my body and just absolutely change it. So after Summit, I got the call, or I got the email that I could apply for the test group. And I applied, and I tried not to get my hopes up because when Jericho went rogue, I hope you guys were at Summit and you guys were at the super workout. I was about 6 rows back, and Joel and Jericho are up there, and I've done both of their work. I've done their workouts on Beachbody On Demand, and they're up there and they're doing the stuff that they had done on demand, and I'm like, oh, and I know the whole crowd is feeling it too. Next thing you know, Jericho's up there and she's like, wait. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to go rogue. And she's like, should we, Joel? And Joel's like, yeah. And they started doing a round of Quarter Force. And I was working out, I was doing the whole super workout. I grabbed my phone and I looked at the girl next to me and I was like, are you going to do this? Like, can you record me? Like, I just knew that that was going to be a pivotal moment for me. And I said, can you record this? Because I can't record it because I have to do this. Like, something inside of me said, I need these next 3 minutes. And I did it with them. And I had her at one point record me for like 5 seconds of it. But mostly I just wanted her to record them. And I went home and I didn't post that video. And I didn't know why I didn't post it. But then after that, I realized why I hadn't posted it, because I was saving it for like my announcement that I was in the test group. So I'm in the test group for this program that I had heard buzz about for almost a year. You just hear things around Beachbody and you're like, you want it to be true. And you just have all this hopes and these desires of how this program is going to be. And I will just tell you, this program might not be what we all were expecting. It's better. It's better than that. So I get in the test group and we're so excited and we're on week 1 and we're just blown away. We're just freaking out because it's what we thought it was and then some. And the night before we started, Joel and Jericho hopped on a Zoom with a bunch of us in the test group, and we're there, and this one guy was coming off of Body Beast, and he was so nervous about losing his muscles that he had just put on Body Beast. And he asks Joel and Jericho, and he goes, would it be okay to incorporate some weights? Because, I worked really hard for these muscles and I really don't want to lose them just doing a cardio program. And Joel and Jericho sat there and they smiled and they didn't tell us what we were in for. They're just like, no, well, just give us the first 30 days and, see what happens. And let's just, go from there. And so we did our day 1, which is the workout you guys have all been fortunate enough to do in the sneak peek. And then we hit day 2, which is the strength workout that Jericho was talking about a little bit ago. And we were just like, wow, okay, this is way more than we thought it was going to be. This is going to be so challenging in a good way. And that guy wrote in the test group that day and he was, I wish I could take that moment back on that Zoom. I feel like such an idiot right now. He's like, these muscles aren't going anywhere. They're probably going to get better and leaner and more defined, if anything. So I want you guys to focus on all aspects of this program. Like they were talking about earlier, you guys got to do one aspect of this with the MMA workouts. Every other day, is something different. You're going to do an MMA workout, you're going to do a strength, you're going to do an MMA workout, you're going to do a sculpt. And that's a huge part of this. So every other day is not a cardio workout. I actually just posted on my page earlier today, today was our sculpt day, doing some of the push-ups from the sculpt day. And I could never do those on day one. And I even said in the thing, not even on day 30. I just started being able to do them fully in the last 2 weeks. I'm a work in progress. I've never been good with push-ups. And I'm doing these, you guys, Joel and Jericho come up with some funky ass push-ups. Let's just be real about it, okay? There's some stuff, but then when you do it, you're like, I am so badass. And we do our recordings for the test group, and every time I do it, I'm just like, can I say badass? Jericho says badass, but that's how I feel. I feel badass. I feel badass doing the workouts. I feel badass looking at my pictures for my results. I feel badass in my confidence. Jericho mentioned confidence. That was the first thing that I realized was changing in me again. I went from having a huge low back at the end of July at Summit, and then I go and I start this program. And within week 1, I'm just like, I'm showing up for myself every day again. I'm eating right every day again. And I'm already getting results where I'm feeling stronger. And you get that good sore, that good sore where you did something good for your body. And you just feel amazing. So I wanted to take a second, and I know some of you guys I know, and some of you guys are new faces, and I don't know if you guys have seen my pictures floating around. So I just wanted to take a second and screen share and show you guys my results and let you guys see what's possible with this program when you go all in. And the interest that I've had based on the fact that I'm back on my game and I'm back doing this. I have so many people who are ready to join me on this journey, and that's something that has just been what I've been missing. I love this business, you guys. I love what we do. I love our products. I love our programs. I love our trainers. But how am I going to lead a business or lead people doing that if I wasn't doing it myself? We've said it since the beginning of the test group that this program is going to change so many lives. I see this program becoming like what 21 Day Fix was 3 years ago for this company, because people are going to fall in love with the results. It's going to be something they can do over and over again. They're going to want to do it over and over again. So I'm going to stop yammering for a second. I'm going to show you guys my results. These are my 60-day results that I just posted. And I'm in a freaking bikini, you guys. I'm in a bikini. I am 35 years old and I'm a mom of 3, and I'm wearing a bikini on the freaking internet. Like, there you go. I wanted to, when I showed you guys this picture, I want to talk to you guys about, I don't probably botch the name, but I think Arcana was talking about abs and people being lean and not being able to get abs or whatever. Well, I want you guys to know that I don't have abs yet. Maybe I will. I've never had abs my entire life. But I can tell you I've also never had that definition. And we're talking about weight here. I know we're not, the test group has learned to get rid of that scale, but we have to have it around for the test group. But it is a vicious, vicious thing. I will let the number on the scale stay the same if my body keeps transforming the way that it is. In these pictures, you can see, like, I don't have very big bubbies, but my stomach is flatter than my bubbies, and that's huge for me. One of the girls in the test group who is very well endowed up top, in the first round, she was like, my stomach is smaller than my boobs. And I was like, that's going to take a really long time for me because I don't stick out very much on top. But look, they stick out more than my stomach. We have girls in this test group. Look at my girl, Nicole Holt. She was told by plastic surgeons, by her OBGYN, she has 2 C-section scars, that her stomach would never come in enough for her to, she would need surgery basically to have a flat stomach. Go look at her results. I implore you. Nicole Holt, Holt. Her stomach is flattening out, and she's getting results that she's never gotten with any other program. She is getting a flat stomach. So many of us have similar stories like that where we never thought we could get rid of that mom pouch. So maybe they're not going to get a six-pack like Jericho was saying. Maybe it's not genetically there for them. Maybe their nutrition's not clean enough. But I will tell you what, they will sculpt and reshape their body in a way that they've probably never seen before. I had 2 other pictures I wanted to show you guys. I've been doing a jeans progression, okay? One of the things they asked is how many sizes have you dropped in your jeans? And I had to be honest when I gave my answers. And I said, I don't know. because I have been squeezing into this pair of jeans as I was putting my weight back on. So you can see in my day 3 picture that I took, I was wearing those, you guys, in public. Those pants were going out in public with me with that. That's more than a muffin top. I don't know. That's like a muffin and a scone, I think. And so you have those, you have that, and then you have me on day 50 right there. And those jeans actually look like they fit me now. So when they asked me, how many pant sizes have you dropped? I said, I don't know, but I finally fit into mine. Like, that's all I could honestly say, because I don't know, because I've been stuffing myself in this. I know you guys can relate to this. I've been stuffing myself in pants that didn't fit me. I use this example. I was speaking to Lori Stewart's team last night, and I used the example of when I was putting my weight back on, I used to get Stitch Fix. And I remember telling my dresser, lady, whatever, like, oh, I need smaller clothes. Like, can you start sending smaller clothes? And no sooner did she start sending me smaller clothes is I started getting bigger. So I just canceled my entire Stitch Fix because I refused to acknowledge the fact that I was getting bigger, and that I wasn't about to tell her, oh, sorry, keep sending the bigger sizes again. So this is what you can do with a program like this. I mean, look at how it literally reshaped my body. And then I have, this is just another just an up close picture. That's my day 1 versus my day 60. And that's just something right there. I mean, look at those thighs, you guys. As a mom, as a woman, my trouble zones are my belly fat, my hips, and my thighs. And it's so funny when I tell my team to do their transformation pictures, I tell them you have to line up your shoulders and your belly button. And I can't do that anymore because my belly button is moving north because my belly is moving back. And so I was joking with my team at this picture. I'm like, I swear these are the same level. These are legit, pictures. But my belly button, I can no longer use that as a gauge. So now it's like my shoulders and my mouth is what I'm doing actually, because I want to make sure they're the same size. That you guys, this is crazy. I did this in 60 days. I didn't have results this good when I was working out every day for 9 months. I lied. I want to show you one more picture just solely because I talked to you guys about Summit. This was me at Summit in our team shirt. Like I said, how embarrassed I was and how I didn't want to take pictures. And you can see I've got my purse in front of me. You can't see so much, but I'm trying to hide behind my friend Shirley. I've got my water bottles. I did not want to take this picture, but we ran into one of the founding coaches of Beachbody in the elevator, and we were chatting with him, and we were like, let's get a picture. And I was like, didn't have a jacket to hide under. This is where I was wearing this, and I was going to wherever I was going. And then that's me on the right. I believe that this was October 18th. So this is, I don't think I wrote what day it was on over here, but this was just a couple weeks ago. I mean, if that doesn't show you what this program can do, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I did not catch up with your guys' comments because I was in the screen share mode, but I will check those out in a second. But I just want you guys to know that this program and being in the test group has been fantastic. And what I want you guys to take away from this is you don't have to be in the test group to get results like this. You guys have heard this numerous times before, but your body is your business. And more than your body just being your business, your body is your health and your body is your legacy. I will never, I'm committing this to you guys right now on this recorded call, I will never be that girl in those pictures, in those before pictures, because I didn't like who she was. I didn't like her lack of confidence. I didn't like her lack of belief in herself. You guys get to be your own test group. You don't have to have corporate looking over your shoulder to get these kind of results. The program will get you the results if you focus on the program and you focus on you and you realize and you know and you trust that you are worth it, because you are. And when you prove that you're worth it, your network and your clients, they're going to believe that they're worth it too. I implore you guys to be challengers again. I know a lot of teams are doing that. I believe your team is doing it as well. Be a challenger again. Allow yourself to be a challenger with this program and just live in it and love it and enjoy it. I'm not kidding when I say this program is going to change so many lives, and you want yours to be one of them, 100%. It's just, like I said, I really do believe that it's going to be a game changer the way 21 Day Fix was a game changer for just thousands and hopefully millions of people. This is going to really, really crush them and help them see their goals and see their potential and see their hard work paying off. I think that's kind of, I think I just ranted a whole lot about the program. So I did want to see if you guys had any any questions for me as far as doing the program versus like Joel and Jericho questions, where it was like the formulation of the program and things like that. So I realize you guys have been on extra long tonight. So I thank you guys for sticking around to hear my story. I love sharing my story. I have a huge passion for this business. Alyssa can tell you guys that. She's one of my success partners, so I love working with her. And like, she's over here like blowing up the comments like I'm like the best person in the world. So that's always, nice. Making me feel awesome. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. If you guys aren't hardcore promoting this, you guys need to be. There's so many things that you guys can do to promote this. Like I said, I shared a video earlier talking about the strength side. Some people are so afraid of the fact that it's cardio, or they don't want to do it. So make sure you're sharing that. Make sure you're sharing little things. I love that Lauren opened up the call asking the trainers, asking Joel and Jericho to talk about themselves, because we've known them for a while, but when you're promoting, like back in the day when there was combat and combat and pump, it wasn't really about who the trainers were, because they were a group of trainers. If you guys have been in the company long enough and doing those programs, it was a group of trainers. It was like, yeah, they're awesome, but you might not, in your network definitely probably doesn't know who they are from those programs. So I've done like a Woman Crush Wednesday featuring Jericho and talking about what I know about her, and I've highlighted Joel. So highlight those things. Get your network to know who they are, so they feel that much more connected with the process, with the program, and things like that. I just saw a question. Hold on. You noted about the nutrition plan versus other programs. Well, I mean, of course, you get to eat more, and you get, in your second week, you get to add in a purple, which is really awesome. And then in the third week, you get to keep that purple, and you get to add in a blue. And you guys, you know what that means? You get to add in a blue. That means you can have cheese and avocado on your tacos. Cheese and avocado, okay? Who doesn't want cheese and avocado? Or you can have hummus and then cheese later, so that's been the great part. And then week 4 gets really sad though. You have like a memoriam for like the lost blue. It's, but the eating plan is really good. It's you're eating real food, just like you are in some of our other programs, but that added food is really good fuel. I will tell you guys this is just something to take into your challenge groups, and so that you can know when this gets asked. A lot of people did have to bump up brackets. You have to fuel your body to get the results. I know you guys know that, but we don't always live that. People will be on the cusp of between two different things. If you're on the cusp, go for the higher bracket. So many times we want to go for the lower one because we're like, oh, it's less calories and I'll burn more fat and all whatever. This program, you need food to fuel your body. And so a lot of people, we have the nutritionist that helps develop the program alongside Joel and Jericho. They're in the group with us, and they're just like, bump it up. Like, don't be afraid to eat. You need to eat, because you're eating, like Joel said, you're eating clean calories. You're eating healthy stuff for your body. If you have an extra serving of some kale, you ain't gonna throw off your results, okay? Like, as long as it's those clean calories that you're fueling, and that's what we bump up when we go up another bracket. Anyways, it's not like you're getting 4 extra carbs or a bunch of extra like healthy fats, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. We do have some vegetarians in the test group, and you would just substitute it out pretty much the same way that you would. Jericho. You would substitute it out the same way that you would for any of the other programs. Joel was saying this on our call that we did together the other night, is that if you are vegan or you're vegetarian and you don't know how to replace your macros, or you don't know how to replace your supplements for your proteins, things like that, talk to a nutritionist. Joel was saying they're not certified nutritionalists, so he could tell you like, oh yeah, you can sub this or sub that. Usually, if you guys have been with the company for a while, they do come out with a version for vegetarians or vegans and things like that you can do. I don't know that we have that right away, but I would just say use the ones that they have put out for 21 Day Fix as far as your food list guides. So yeah, we do have vegetarians in the group. I don't know that we have any vegans in the group, but I know we have a couple vegetarians. I want to make sure that I nail the nutrition. Do I need to weigh myself to figure out my container bracket? No, it uses the same equation. Oh wait, do we? Lauren, do you know off topic? I have it right here actually. I don't remember. Do you weigh yourself? When you guys are in the test group, it's really funny because like we don't get like, you guys would think that we got like the DVD packets. No, like I get this. This is my nutrition guide. I get papers and I get bootleg DVDs.
I have mine right here, and
yes, you do have to have your starting weight,
and it's just for the start, you guys.
Yeah.
And that is, exactly what Jenni was saying is that as you go along, if you're feeling like you are, like your energy levels are just so unbelievably low come 2-3 o'clock, then you need to add more calories. But you have to add, y'all, this is my jam. Like, this is where the nutritionist side of me comes out. Like, if you feel like you need something, then you need to add something else in, and it is okay as long as you're not like having an entire big bowl full of like fruit or purples. Like, be smart about it. Choose foods that are on the list. For those of you guys that don't know, all of our programs and our eating guides, like when you're looking at the lists and stuff for the food, is they are listed in order of like what's best for you. So like if you're looking up here and you're really, really hungry, what is that? What did I choose? Did I choose yellow? Just hopefully I didn't choose yellow. Like fruits or veggies, like choose one of the things that are on like the tops of the list, like up here, and add in an extra one that's up here, not necessarily something that's way down here. And, just be smart about what is going to give you energy. Have another shake if you have to, like just do something, but choose things that are like approved foods. And don't add another yellow. Like extra yellows is a no when they're not approved. Like that one's gonna knock you down. But extra fruits.
I know. I was so bummed when Joel was like, "You get an extra carb," and I was like, "No, they don't. You get an extra fruit carb. You get a fruit carb, not a yellow carb."
I always tell my challengers that they can never eat too many greens. Like you can never eat too many greens as long as you're not slathering it with like stuff on top. But if you're hungry, go eat more like veggie sticks or carrots or something like that. But just keep that in mind because you don't want to be like passing out trying to make it through the day. You need to be listening to your body. Do what's right for you. You know what's right.
Absolutely. And that was the problem that was happening in the test group, is that people were feeling tired. Whereas when you're on a fitness journey, you should be feeling energized by your workouts, but they were feeling tired, like in the afternoon, like you were speaking about. And so they were told to bump up a bracket. And that's really scary for people to be told to eat more. But you guys are coaches and you guys are running these challenge groups. You are going to have people who are going to have the same problems as us in the test groups. That is why we do test groups. So you guys can know what problems and issues people might come up with. And so just know that it's okay to eat more. They're still getting they're still getting great results. They actually started getting better results when they're eating eating accordingly to the suggestions that the nutritionalists were giving them, because then their body wasn't holding on to anything. They could burn the fats, they could build the muscles, and their body wasn't like keeping hold of anything. And because they were properly, I was making up words, properly nutritionized. But yeah, so it's you need the food, and the meal plan is great. The recipes are really good. Joel wasn't kidding about the fact that there's pizza and that there's burgers on the recipes. So it's a really amazing jalapeno burger. It's yum yum yum. It's so good. We were all like dying to make that one. I think we were fighting over who was going to make it first. So that's really, really good recipe. There's a barbecue chicken pizza recipe, and I don't know. It's a fantastic program. You guys are going to love what it does for your bodies. I can't say that enough. I really feel like it just like is like sculpting away at all my least favorite parts of my body. And now like this morning I woke up and like, how we always look like the best in the morning. And so I woke up and I was just like, dang, I look good. And I took a picture in the mirror and sent it to my best friend. I was like, I look so freaking good in the morning. I said, you save this picture. I said, because in no time, I'm going to send you a picture of myself at the end of the day, and I'm going to look as good as I look in the beginning of today. And she was like, I'm going to hold you to that. And I said, do it. But this program is going to be huge, you guys. It's going to be awesome. I started talking about, somebody said that they did want just a couple more tips on like ways that you can promote it. Like I said, share the journeys of the two coaches. share the test group people's pictures, that we're all out there. We're easy to find. I actually posted a video the other day that had a collage of about 10 or 11 of us girls. You guys are more than welcome to share that. If you message me, I can actually just send you the clip itself so you can upload it organically. One thing I do want to talk to you guys about sharing pictures, and this kind of goes with the whole thing that I wanted to drill home with you guys about committing and getting results for yourself. You can share my pictures all day long. You can save them to your computer. You can share them organically as, like a feature or whatever, however you want to do it. But your network is never going to respond to my pictures the way that they will respond to you and you doing it. So I say after this program launches, you're going to have your people who are going to be all in from right now when you're previewing it, and they just know that they could love this program and they're going to join you in your first challenge group. But I implore you, take that first 30 days and get your own results. Because when you share those 30-day results with your network, they are going to go crazy. I have not had one person share my results that got nearly enough attraction as I did, because my network knows me. Their network doesn't know me. They can say we're best friends. We could be sitting at lunch together. They could post a picture of me and them at lunch together and then post my results, and their network's still not going to care about me. They're going to be like, whoa, those are cool results. But you know what people do when they see results of people that they don't know? They talk themselves out of it. They're like, well, she probably looked like that before. It's easy for her to lose weight. It's this, it's that, because they didn't see me go on my journey. They just saw my results. Now, I'm not saying don't share the results, because it is important to share the results and share the stories of the person whose results you're sharing, because people are going to connect to different stories, but they're never going to respond as well to my pictures as they will your own. So get those results in those 30 days and keep your launch. Your launch is not just October 31st and November 1st. Your launch is now until the end of the year, through next year, and all that stuff. So make sure you're sharing them your journey and what you're doing, and then sharing your results with them, because that's going to be what is going to be the game changer in your business. Something else that we've been doing for the launch is some people have been doing like moves of the day. Some people are doing like little basics. Now that you guys have access to the program, you can do a quick little combo and be like, oh, did you know this? Or showing a boxing tip, showing yourself like that you're pivoting your foot, or that you are in charge, that you're in charge of your body, showing that you are, that you're somebody that they can trust, that's going to help them get through this. So you're like saying like, oh, did you know that when you punch, you're supposed to turn your foot through? Just little like snippet videos, just little things like that. Sharing anything from the nutrition. I know you guys don't have it yet, but you guys can still be talking about the nutrition now that the cat's out of the bag. The biggest secret we had to keep this whole time was that you got to add the foods, in the subsequent weeks. Well, now that's out of the bag, So now you guys can talk about that, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to eat even more on this fitness plan than I've eaten with any other program before. And that to some people is going to be like, awesome. That's going to be solid for them. So just those little things, the tips that you're knowing, that you're hearing, throughout the unveiling of this process, things like that. So yeah, I'm done rambling. Sorry, I can just talk about this program forever. I can talk about Beachbody forever. So I have to rein myself in.
No, this has been awesome, you guys. Hopefully you all got so much out of this. I know that this was an hour and a half, and that was not our intention at all. We had said 30, 45 minutes max, but I think that when we just get going like that, it's just best to let it happen and get it all out there. But hopefully you guys walk away from this call having just so much more excitement about this program, a better understanding of what it really is about, and a better appreciation and understanding for our trainers too, just because I think it's great to get to see them like this and not just see them like we see them on the DVDs, and to really understand what went into putting this program together and why and who they are. And you learn more about the nutrition plan and more just great information, I think, anyway. And then to hear from somebody who didn't create the program, somebody like Jenni, who this has had such an amazing impact on her life. I hope that I just got the tinglies, you guys. I get tingles all over. Just to hear about how it's actually changed someone's life. And there are many more people out there that are like her that have done this, and to just have more ammunition to go out there and really amp this up. We have, how many more days? 5 more days until the launch of the challenge pack. So get it together. Create a little like last week marketing plan for you guys, for yourself and for your business, for your teams, however you want to do it. And do like Jenni said, share pictures, share your stories, share videos of you doing the sneak peek. If you don't personally have like content to share, go find it. It's out there. Other people are doing it. And, you know, just follow the moves that you saw somebody post. You can go to my page. You can go to girls that have gone to leadership and have the program. Watch the moves that they're doing. Copy the move and talk about how you're so excited to get your hands on this program and you just can't wait to start. Here's a move I saw somebody doing and I'm ready to try it out. Like, I can't wait. You know, talk about the food. Talk about, you just heard there's burgers, there's pizza, there's what else? I mean, seriously, there's so much good stuff that I actually already make, but this just gives me like another spin on it, you know? So it's going to be a great thing. Get your teams involved. I recommend, you know, if you want to re-energize your team, we're always talking about boosting volume. A way to boost volume is get your team on board. Like, there's a lot of people that were on this call tonight. Each one of you, whether you have a coach or not, get your teams together. Do a team challenge. Do coaches only, where you guys can just like bust out and have fun. If every single person on your team were to buy this program and recommit to it and try it and start it and do it, imagine what your volume is going to look like for November, that first week in November and the last day of October. Like that's going to be awesome, right? That's what we all want, is to boost our volume. And as an added bonus to that, you're running a challenge group with your team. So you're getting them excited. You're getting them to refocus on the core of what their business should be. And that is them, and loving on themselves and their body and having fun with it, with you guys, which makes them more excited to talk about it, right? So it makes it easier to promote, and you're really like kicking your business up another level, preparing for the busiest time of year, which is January through March. You've got to be excited. You've got to be committed to something. You've got to be ready to do it and show people that this works, gosh darn it, and you're excited about it, so that when they're ready to make their New Year's resolution, who are they going to reach out to? Who are they going to call? They're going to want to talk to you, right? Because you've been in their face every day saying, look at what I'm doing and how much I love this. So get out there, start sharing about it, put that plan together of how you're going to share and when, and it should literally be like one thing every day from now until the end of next week, at least, just sharing about it. Get those groups filled, get started, get people on demand, get people just learning about it and asking questions. Feel free to share this call. You can always start it at a certain point if you want, you know, send them little clips of it. You can do that too. You can send them whatever you feel inspired you, talk about it. Hopefully you have notes and you're ready and armed to go out there and rock this launch and this program. So thank you guys so much for jumping on. I did not read the comments that were all just like made over there. So hopefully when I get fired up, I can't get distracted. I go off on tangents. But hopefully this helped you guys. I will post the recording right now. I have 2 kiddos that are up way past bedtime because daddy's not here. So I will upload the recording and hopefully get it out to you guys tonight. But right now I got to focus on them. So love you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us tonight. And reach out, leave a post or something on Joel and Jericho's wall. Just say thank you for taking the time out tonight. Make sure you're showing your appreciation to them as well. So bye, everybody. Bye. Good night.